began modern processing in the 1940s to extend the shelf life of food products. By removing the bran and the germ of wheat, flour can be made into bread that won't spoil as quickly. This process, however, removes 22 vitamins and other nutrients. Soon, scientists discovered that this processed flour was causing B1, B2, B3, and iron deficiencies in the American population. Therefore, Congress passed the Food Enrichment Act of 1948 that forced food processors to add those four nutrients back into the flour they refined. Even though Americans were getting sick, Congress had to pass laws forcing them to put it back, those four nutrients back into the food. You see how greed is at the root cause of all evil. So, when we eat nutritionally deficient food, we experience poor health, which translates into poor spirituality, and physically is the result of natural law when separating what God has joined together. So, let's take a look at a whole grain, a kernel of wheat. You have the bran, the endosperm, and the germ. All whole grain kernels contain three parts: the bran, the germ, the endosperm. Each section houses health-promoting nutrients. The bran is the fiber-rich outer layer that supplies B vitamins, iron, copper, zinc, magnesium, antioxidants, and phytochemicals. Phytochemicals are natural compounds in plants that have been researched for their role in disease prevention. The germ is the core of the seed where growth occurs. It is rich in healthy fats, vitamin E, B vitamins, phytochemicals, and antioxidants. The endosperm is the interior layer that holds carbohydrates, proteins, and small amounts of some B vitamins and minerals. Now, this is the part they extract and give it to the cattle, give it to the animals. So, as stated in the American Medical Association in its June 2002 issue, 99% of American people are deficient in minerals, and a marked deficiency in any one of the more important minerals actually result in disease. Published research from 2 Harvard medical doctors. Alrighty, so more than 95% of vitamins sold today are synthetic. They are manufactured with chemicals in a lab. You may even be taking one your doctor recommended. Unless your doctor is a natural practitioner, there is a very high probability they are synthetic vitamins. So let's take a look here. Natural versus synthetic. The synthetic form of vitamin B12 is called cyanocobalamin. Methylcobalamin is the all-natural form of B12. Cyanocobalamin, synthetic. Methylcobalamin, natural. So, let's take a look at some popular brands. Top brands like Centrum, One A Day, are just about all vitamins sold in a grocery store. Your local GNC, even Nature Made folks, are synthetic folks. These companies are owned by the pharmaceutical companies. Now, this isn't by any means an exhaustive list, but it's an example of what's out there. You're thinking you're taking good for yourself and your family, and it's really going right through you out into the toilet. So, these companies are owned by pharmaceutical companies. Nature Made is owned by Asuka, Now that's the last time when I put this presentation together, this is who they were owned by. A few years have gone by, I haven't researched, but you have to do your own due diligence. Centrum is owned by Pfizer. One A Day is owned by Bayer. So the very people who are giving you vaccines that you don't want to take, you're buying their vitamins and minerals from. I tell you, Satan is shrewd. You really have to stay prayed up and have spiritual discernment. Just think of what it's doing to your children. Educate yourself about vitamins, then find a very good all-natural vitamin. And I don't recommend taking one pill. It's best to take your supplements individually, but that's a talk for a different time. Now, most people know the RDA, recommended daily allowance, but let me introduce you to ODA, which is the optimum daily allowance, and TDA, the therapeutic daily allowance. You see that book, Natural Remedies Encyclopedia? Many of us as health conscious, as Seventh-day Adventists, have this book in our home. It will help us to understand what we should be taking as an adult, what we should be taking when we get sick, versus the standard recommended daily allowance. There is truly a difference between all natural and synthetic. The synthetic version is really creating a toxic overload. So, here's what I mean. This is a chart of mineral interactions. The arrows that are going towards each other are synthetic. Are synergistic. The ones that are pointing at each other are antagonistic. For example, take a look at calcium. Let's go over here to potassium. They're not recommended to be taken at the same time. They will create toxins in your body. And toxins is one of the major causes of nutritional depletion out of your organs. Vitamins, minerals out of your organ. Toxicity. So, the health message is the antidote for spiritualism. Because the health message was given to serve and to protect the body. Christian Ministry, page 131. So, drug nutrient depletion and known interactions. If you're taking Advar, it depletes calcium, magnesium, potassium, selenium, zinc, folic acid, vitamin D, C, and A. Multiple vitamins and minerals is highly recommended while taking this medication. In addition, this medication reduces levels of an important hormone called DHEA. DHEA is needed for optimal immune function and to protect against osteoporosis. If you like, we could measure your DHEA levels to see if you are being impacted by this drug. So, most drugs will deplete vitamin and minerals out of your body, and you wonder why your doctors say, well, you're going to have to be on this drug for the rest of your life. Metformin depletes CoQ10, an important nutrient for muscle, heart, and brain function. Celebrex depletes potassium and sodium. Aspirin depletes folic acid, zinc, iron, potassium, and vitamin C. Antibiotics depletes folic acid, biotin, and B complex vitamins, and vitamin K. Also depletes Lactobacillus acidophilus and Bifidophilus bacteria. So here, folks, are known drugs that people take every day that's depleting the vitamins and minerals out of their body. Remember, it takes approximately 88 different nutrients in order for you to be healthy. Now, if you know anyone with a mental disease, it may not be. Take a look here. 7 important nutrients depleted by psychiatric drugs. CoQ10, magnesium, melatonin, B vitamins, folate, B2, B6, and B12. How do you expect a person to ever get off those psychotropic drugs if they're depleting the nutrients out of the brain? Earlier I showed you where the human brain needs 15 different vitamins to be effective. And I shared with you 9 of those 15 were from the B complex family. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of the 7 drugs being, 5 of the 7 vitamins being depleted by psychiatric drugs are from the B family. So, Linus Pauling's proved one has the correct level, provided one has the correct level of vitamins, minerals, and nutritional input, the body can overcome disease. Now, once again, you have to take into account age, sex, the type of disease, how long they've had it, etc. But if you give the body the right amount of nutrients, it can recover all of it, all on its own. And by the way, this book, the Orthomolecular Treatment for Chronic Disease, Linus Pauling is the one who coined the phrase orthomolecular. That's a type of therapy that you give the right amount of nutrients to deal with the person's health challenge. And that's what we practice here at Original Healing. So, the term orthomolecular medicine was first coined by Linus Pauling and is the prevention and treatment of disease by the expert adjustment of substances, vitamins, minerals, trace minerals, amino acids, enzymes, hormones, etc., that are normally present in the human body. It places its reliance on these natural occurring agents in preference to, but not to the exclusion of, chemicals, drugs, which are foreign to the human body. So, let's make a new you. Every 90 days you get new blood cells. Every 3 years you get new soft tissue. Every 7 years you get new hard tissue. So, look down at the bottom here. A new heart in about 8 months. Every single cell within an 8-month period approximately will be changed out. You'll have a brand new heart. 6 months the spleen, 4.5 months the liver. Now the key, and this is important, the cells that are replacing the ones that are sick have to be healthier than the ones they're replacing. Think about that for a second. If cells divide, how can you ever get healthy? Wouldn't that new disease go into the new cell? Wouldn't that same disease go into the new cell? So maybe things are not exactly as we've been told they are. The quality of the new you depends on the condition of the walls of the small intestines, where you do your absorption, digestion, nutrient bioavailability, how available are those nutrients to your cells? Are you taking pills that are hard mineral rocks? Are you taking liquid colloidal minerals? The quality and the quantity of the food we eat. Are you on fast foods, processed foods, junk food? Are you trying to eat whole food, plant-based? And then the quality and the type of the supplements we're taking. And then finally, the number of factors that affect our biochemical coefficiency. For example, the pH of your digestive system, your hormones, your endocrine system, etc. But you can create a whole new healthy version of you if you work at it. The human body heals itself, and nutrition provides the resources to accomplish the task. So, let me give you an example. I'm going to show you somebody's lab work. They gave me permission to do it because I want to show you how God's 10 doctors heal if you have faith, if you trust in God. This gentleman had a, where are you at? GFR. That's his kidney function. Down 11.9. I mentioned it to you earlier. Here in the United States at 15, you're going to dialysis. Or they'll talk you into going to dialysis. His blood urea nitrogen was 80.5, and his creatinine was 6.5. Classic dialysis patient. 5 weeks on God's 10 doctors. GFR, where are you at? Up to 31.3. No longer staring dialysis in the face. Creatinine, down below 1. No, creatinine, 2.67. So he cut it more than half. And then bun, 47.7. Again, cutting it almost into half. 5 weeks, folks. All God's 10 doctors, especially optimal therapeutic doses of vitamins and minerals and nutrition. So, this is another gentleman. In fact, he was actually a Seventh-day evangelist. Came down with liver disease. No surgery, no chemo, no radiation. Just God, 10 doctors. Here, the previously noted mass in the upper right quadrant is now absent. So the lesions, gone. Compared to prior study, the liver is now noted to demonstrate at least 2 focal areas of subtle heterogeneous primary in the right lobe with no gross evidence of the multiple well-defined liver lesions which were previously seen. So, God heals, folks. The vitamins, the minerals, the herbs. I don't heal. No human being can heal. If God blesses those substances, those nutritional supplements, you will heal. You just have to pray because it causes miracles. I'll tell you this, and I tell this to all my cancer patients. If you can get to the point to where you can say, Father, if I live, praise you. If I die, praise you. Remember that quote earlier I said, whether we eat, drink, or whatsoever we do, that whatsoever we do includes dying. Can you trust God enough to do the 10 doctors, but God chooses to lay you to sleep? Because God's trying to reach somebody. How many people have come to the Lord over a loved one dying? We have to trust God. And when we get to the point where we can trust Him with our life, and if God has plans for your life, if you can bring glory and honor to His name, if you can help someone into the kingdom, I have no doubt that God will work on your behalf if you confess and repent of your moral sins as well as your health messes sins. God can raise you up off of that bed. Psalms 107 verse 3. You cried out to the Lord and He heard you and He healed you. So folks, as Seventh-day Adventists, with a time of trouble coming, Jesus talked about it in Matthew, the plagues, the pestilence, famine. You can't buy or sell. How are you going to get your prescription medication if you cannot buy or sell? Have you thought about that? Really? Have you thought about it? You're either going to capitulate and go out, or you will allow yourself to be put to sleep because you can't go forward any further. So let me share one more thing here. This is called iatrogenics. Depending on the year, iatrogenics is either the first, second, or third #1 killer in the United States. The last time I checked, they were not taking or making public iatrogenic information any longer. So, in 2003, a group of physicians and researchers calculated that medical treatment is actually the leading cause of death in America. Now, notice how God works to help bring down the Roman Catholic Church. God raised up pious, holy men from the inside. Martin Luther, the rest. In the Adventist Church right now, there's God-fearing men who's lifting up their voice like a trumpet, who are exposing the errors, the apostasy. Here you have, for iatrogenics, a group of physicians, medical doctors from the inside of the system trying to tell us something, and I think we need to pay attention to it. Let's look at those numbers again. The condition, adverse drug reaction, 106,000 per year. A medical error, 98,000. This is what people died from. Bed sores, 115,000. Infection, 88,000. Malnutrition, 108 plus thousand. Outpatient care, almost 200,000. Unnecessary procedures, over 37,000. Surgery-related deaths, 32,000. For over 783,936,000 deaths in that year alone. It's called iatrogenics. Iatrogenics means something that causes someone to die by a physician's accident or a nurse or somebody in the healthcare industry's negligence, intentional or unintentional, is called iatrogenics. Then they cried unto the Lord in their troubles, and he saved them out of their distress. He sent his word and healed them and delivered them from their destruction. God has sent you his word, his health message. If you grab hold of it, he winks at your ignorance. If you confess you've been eating how you should not have been eating. If you confess and repent, he has promised to forgive you of your sins. Now, this is an article, 1998, the Journal of the American Medical Society. They've known this since 1990. Well, they'd known it before that. But here they finally put it out. Intensive lifestyle changes for the reversal of coronary heart disease. They took two groups. One, they gave their usual statin drugs. The second group, they changed their diet, changed their lifestyle, got them up off of their butts, made them do doctor exercise, and after 1 year, there was 5 less cardiac events than the statin group. So they increased it to 5 years. At the end of 5 years, there was only 1 to every 10 cardiac event for the lifestyle group. They know that you change your diet, you change your lifestyle in time, you can prevent heart attacks, and I would imagine strokes. So, this is Dr. Dean Ornish's program for reversing heart disease. He does it naturally. If you saw the health documentary Forks Over Knives, that's Dr. Dean Ornish. Cod oil Esserson, prevention of reversal of heart disease, all natural. These are proven facts, folks. You just have to do battle with your taste buds. Get up and exercise, drink your water, get out in the sunshine so that sunshine can turn cholesterol into vitamin D, and take advantage of these 10 doctors. The doctor of the future will give no medicine, but will interest his patients in the care of the human frame, in diet, and in the cause and prevention of disease. Look who said that. Thomas Edison. So, thank you very much. We here at Original Healing Medicines, Original Healing Ministries can help you if you're interested in good quality supplements. Go up to our website, originalhealing.ky. Click on our OH store page. Scroll all the way down to the bottom and look for the OH catalog. And just download it onto your computer and take a look at the products that we have available. Especially colloidal minerals. We have 2 or 3 different types of liquid colloidal minerals. And I just want to encourage you to get on your journey of optimal health so you can clean up your frontal lobe. You can serve the Lord with energy, with strength, with stamina, and bring glory and honor to His name. Feel free to contact us, 731-772-7784, or by email, office@originalhealing.ky. If the Lord so impress you and you feel like making a donation to Original Healing Ministries, a tax-deductible donation, just get your bank Zelle money transfer program, Zelle, and type in ministry at originalhealing.ky, and you can make a donation to Original Healing Ministries. Thank you, and God bless. Optimal health.